1. The World's Fastest Indian, 2005. 2. Nixon, 1995. 3. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. 4. The Bounty, 1984. 5. The Bunker, 1981. 6. A Bridge Too Far, 1977. 7. Legends of the Fall, 1994. 8. The Elephant Man, 1980. 9. The Lion in the Winter, 1968. A lot of top-notch UK and Irish actors in this one. 10. Hannibal, 2001. Honorable mention, Thor, 2011. Update May 5, 2023. The top 10 list by I Am Germain compared to the list compiled by Bing GPT Artificial Intelligence.
Anthony Hopkins is one of the most acclaimed and versatile actors of his generation. He has starred in a variety of genres, from horror to drama, from biopic to fantasy. Here are some of his best movies, according to critics and audiences. The Silence of the Lambs, 1991. This is perhaps Hopkins' most iconic role, as the brilliant and manipulative serial killer Hannibal Lecter, who helps a young FBI agent track down another murderer. Hopkins won an Oscar for his chilling performance, despite appearing on screen for only 16 minutes. The Remains of the Day, 1993. Hopkins plays a loyal and repressed butler who serves a British lord in the years leading up to World War II. He gradually realizes that his devotion has cost him his own happiness and love. Hopkins received an Oscar nomination for his subtle and poignant portrayal. Nixon, 1995. Hopkins transforms into the controversial and troubled former President Richard Nixon, who faces his downfall after the Watergate scandal. Hopkins captures Nixon's paranoia, ambition, and vulnerability, earning another Oscar nomination. The Elephant Man, 1980. Hopkins plays a compassionate surgeon who rescues and befriends a severely deformed man who is exploited as a freak show attraction. He helps him regain his dignity and humanity in a cruel society. Hopkins delivers a moving and empathetic performance. Amistad, 1997. Hopkins plays John Quincy Adams, the former president who defends a group of enslaved Africans who rebelled against their captors on board a ship. He gives a powerful speech in front of the Supreme Court, arguing for their freedom and rights. Hopkins was nominated for an Oscar for his eloquent and passionate role. The Bounty, 1984. Hopkins plays William Bligh, the captain of a ship who faces a mutiny led by his friend Fletcher Christian, Mel Gibson. He survives the ordeal and seeks justice for his betrayal. Hopkins shows his range as a leader who is both tyrannical and sympathetic. The Human Stain, 2003. Hopkins plays a respected professor who resigns after being accused of racism. He begins a relationship with a younger woman, Nicole Kidman, who has a dark past. He also reveals a shocking secret about his own identity. Hopkins conveys the complexity and tragedy of his character. Fracture, 2007. Hopkins plays a wealthy engineer who shoots his wife and then engages in a cat-and-mouse game with an ambitious prosecutor, Ryan Gosling. He uses his intelligence and cunning to manipulate the legal system and escape conviction. Hopkins is riveting as a cold-blooded and clever antagonist. Hitchcock, 2012. Hopkins plays the legendary director Alfred Hitchcock, who struggles to make his masterpiece Psycho, 1960, amid personal and professional challenges. He deals with his insecurities, his marriage, and his obsession with his leading ladies. Hopkins recreates Hitchcock's mannerisms and voice with skill and humor. Legends of the Fall, 1994. Hopkins plays the patriarch of a family who lives in the Montana wilderness in the early 1900s. He witnesses how his 3 sons are affected by love, war, and betrayal. He suffers a stroke that leaves him unable to speak, but he still communicates with his eyes and gestures. Hopkins is expressive and touching as a father who loves deeply.